Okay, so we're gonna start on our last two bandages. These are gonna be our 10 centimeter bandages, which are the biggest bandages. So the way that we can kind of figure out where these bandages need to start is you're gonna start by kind of feeling down by your hand, and you can kind of feel the tension down here. Like it should be kind of hard, and then kind of moving up the arm, you should kind of feel where it starts to get soft. So for a lot of people, it'll be like right after the wrist, but everyone's a little different. So just feel it out, and wherever that we start to lose that tension, that's where we're gonna start our next bandage, okay? So our 6 centimeter, we rolled towards the thumb. Our 8 centimeter, we rolled towards the pinky. So we're gonna keep that alternating pattern, and we're gonna start that right at that soft spot, rolling towards the thumb again. Okay, so Julia's using her surface and anchoring that first bandage with no tension. And then she is going to just start rolling up the arm, about 50% overlap and about 50% tension up the arm. And remember, you can use a variety of different things as your surface. Whatever is gonna work for you. And in a minute, when we start going up higher, like especially on the upper arm, we're gonna show you a little technique that you can use if you can stand up at a wall and kind of finish the upper arm, since the upper arm's so much. Okay, so the higher up we get on the upper arm, this surface is gonna be a little less accessible to us. You see Julia really having a struggle. So what she's gonna do, she's gonna stand up, and she's gonna head over to the wall over here. And she's gonna have a nice surface on that wall to hold that bandage nice and steady so that she can finish bandaging that upper arm. So she's gonna kind of roll it, have the wall to hold it, and then come around and pull it again. 50% tension with 50% overlap. And depending on your arm and kind of what your needs are for bandaging, you might have to use just 3 bandages like Julia. Like she can kind of do all of her bandaging with just 3, but some people might have to do a 4th bandage at the same size, so that same 10 centimeter bandage. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate that. Your therapist will tell you how many bandages that you need, if you need 3 or 4. So we're gonna do that same technique. We're gonna start down, and we're gonna start feeling where we start to lose that tension. Yep, so right about there. Perfect. And we're still alternating. So this time around, we're gonna roll towards the pinky. Yep. And we're gonna anchor at the wrist. And this is the same exact technique. And we're making sure we're keeping our elbow nice and straight the whole time. 50% tension with 50% overlap. If you wanna go back and use your surface and sit down for the lower arm, and then just get up to do the upper arm, that's fine. But since Julia's already up, she's gonna stay there. And again, your therapist will, give you specifics on, any modifications or things, that you should do differently or add in for your bandaging specifically. Whether you need 3 or 4 or anything like that. But Julia is just, for demonstration purposes, just for practice, doing all 4. Yep, so she is using that wall, and she is just finishing up. And another important thing, if you get up to the top of your arm, so Julia is like right up at the top. What we don't wanna do, we don't wanna continue to pull at the top of the arm like this, because what that'll do is it'll cause too much compression here, and then the rest of this won't be able to, the rest of the fluid won't be able to push up the arm and out. It'll be trapped because there's too much tension here. So once you reach the top of the arm, you're going to just roll it with no tension. And you can roll it on top, you can roll it down, whatever you want, as long as you're not pulling any more at the top. And then you're just gonna go ahead and tape. And for your very last bandage, you really want to make it a point to tape down all of these seams. So if we have any seams out and about, we're just asking for that bandage to unravel on us. So that very last bandage, we're just gonna tape all those seams down, and then we can take any extra stockinette we have and just roll it down just for extra protection on top of that last bandage. And that's it.
Yeah.